Hello and welcome to another episode of your Sunday magazine, coming to you live from the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Today promises to be an interesting show as we bring to you the solemnization of holy matrimony of one of our own. Issues bordering security challenges as they affect the youth will also be delved into. We shall also be talking about storytelling, which appears to be going into extinction despite the role it plays in grooming children to love and respect cultural values. Talking about Nigerian cuisines, sit tight as we highlight various food on display at our cultural day here in Abuja. And with the belief that poverty can be fought among those directly affected, our correspondent takes a look at ways out of poverty as the world marks International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. But before all this treated, I am Nolin Ebel Ame. Stay tuned. Now let's start from the pulpit. To appreciate God for sustenance and protection throughout the year 2020 to 2021, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Abuja West District, observed hours of choir hymns. Mariam George Jitibo reports that the choir ministered to the congregation through songs, reawakening their faith in Jesus Christ.
Using a language that can penetrate one's soul and take one back to the teachings of Christ Jesus, the choir dished out renditions that will edify the soul. Holy Spirit, cannot take on, He came in mighty fullness then. Representative of the district pastor, Elder Bonnie Benson, says songs can win souls back to God.
The songs that is going to be rendered here today are sufferings in Nigeria, and it is only the coming of Emmanuel that will wipe away all tears.
We can preach through songs, and moreover, songs unite us together like football. Nobody that with songs.
Music plus the content of the wordings of the scripture, it has a way of translating these words in our hearts. And it helps you to have this sober reflection.
The choir hymn Ours has as its theme, O Come Emmanuel.
Now, with a series of happenings that have bedeviled the country, especially in the area of insecurity, the need to promote ways to be united as a country and gain peace despite all odds has been brought to the fore. This was demonstrated during the International Peace Concert organized by the Seventh-day Adventist Church at Sokoro, Abuja. Aenaji Auta has the details.
Simply put, peace is the presence of absolute tranquility, but stories of natural disasters, war, insecurity, and many more are threatening the peaceful coexistence of Nigerians. In view of these happenings, the Seventh-day Adventist Church...
It is wonderful when we come together and we share in our songs, in our music. It brings people together, all right? It is a form of unity. It promotes unity amongst all these nations, all these tribes. No matter where you come from, no matter your faith, no matter your religion, okay? It is the same blood that runs through us, and without peace, we cannot have any meaningful development.
Singers, both international and national, revealed in their renditions that peace, which is required world over, without which there cannot be meaningful development, starts from within the human mind.
Without peace, the nation will not grow. Without peace, our families will not be united. Without peace, you cannot even contribute your quota to the development of the country. And without peace, we cannot even serve our God better. So the concert has given us a hope.
Group after group sang songs of prayer, petition and appeal to God for help, as He is the only one who can speak to every situation by just saying, "Peace, be still."
Nigeria helped us, and we'll never forget, helped all of us in Southern Africa. You did a lot, and for that reason, we want to be together to echo the call or an invitation by the Nigerians, as they say, we need global peace, we need peace in Africa, and we need peace in Nigeria. So we shall need peace also, continued peace in Zambia.
The need to develop inner peace and be calm in all situations while calling on God, who is the Prince of Peace, for intervention was brought to the fore by the keynote speaker, Pastor Sunday Audu.
A celebration of singing, a music concert like this helps to bring peace and calmness in us, and thereafter we will be at peace with those we live around in our community and eventually in the entire nation.
The International Peace Concert is tagged Hope in Troubled Times. Ayena J.
Let's give peace a chance. All right, let's shift our attention to health now. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 16th of October 2021, indicates no new case of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of confirmed cases stand at 22,839, while active cases now 1,767. And the number of discharged cases in the territory is put at 20,864, and 208 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Many believed that poverty can be fought, especially among those directly affected. Fundamentally, poverty reduction is about bringing development and growth closer to the poor and the undeveloped society. As Nigeria joins the global community to observe the day, Chidima Ansun Agomo takes a look at ways out of poverty.
Nearly 1 billion people have been lifted out of poverty thanks to political leadership, inclusive economic development and international cooperation.
It is a statement of fact that COVID-19 pandemic that ravaged the world compounded the problem and revised the decades of progress in the fight against poverty. According to the World Bank, millions of people are still struggling with poverty, especially the third world countries. The question on the lips of many is, how can poverty be eradicated?
If you are skilled to, is also an aspect of reducing poverty. So I look at that aspect very germane, and also look at the potency of reduction of poverty, which has to do with wage increase. Because when you empower a worker, the worker will have the capacity to maintain the elders. We should also embrace technology, because the world all over is driven by technology. Whether a young school leaver or not, you can play with your phone. After all, you see a very young, below or even above 18, that are on hydrot, and hydrot can give way for you to be creative, and by creativity, you can reduce poverty.
Many young Nigerians are into one form of business or the other in order to fight poverty.
Government is doing and must continue to create the enabling environment for private businesses to thrive. Government itself cannot do all that alone. Civil society, organized private sector, small and medium-scale enterprises must all key into the programs of government towards achieving the goals of reducing the pangs of poverty for our society.
Some Nigerians believe that sustainable fight against poverty requires the strengthening of individuals' capacities through education, which is the source of employment as well as national development.
Now let's beam our searchlight on culture. Culture as a total way of life has been accepted by the Church for national cohesion. This message came to the fore as Our Lady Queen of Nigeria Pro Cathedral showcased various Nigerian food as the church marked her 2021 Cultural Day in Abuja. Odiri Oboru Arutere has more.
The cultural feast of Our Lady Queen of Nigerian Pro Cathedral, Abuja, featured varieties of Nigerian delicacies, tribes present at the occasion.
Even though we are different in terms of culture, by the way we dress, even what we eat, and the way we marry, we are from one substance, from the same source, God Himself.
We celebrate our unity using our culture. To be here to represent our cultures, to represent our tribes, to represent our ethnic groups, to represent our family background.
St. Dominic Group, which is made up of Imo, Abia, and Ebonyi people, was a beehive of cultural display as they decorated their stand with calabash and Igbo wrappers, showcasing the Igbo-rich cultural heritage.
Each state has their own peculiar, unique food. Like from Imo State I'm coming from, we have what we call ofowere. Ofowere is a wonderful delicacy.
This side of the country, we are known with foods like majorly. You will hear oba, you will hear, we take pounded yam, we take akpu, and there are different soups.
There is an adage in Igbo that say, onye nwe ego aneri ofowere. If you don't have money, you don't eat, you don't prepare owere soup.
Tiv Group of the church presented posho and nune soups, which they say can be eaten with pounded yam. At the Edo Delta stand, ofe sala, ofe ojuju, groundnut soup, and ogbono soup were displayed. Idoma people say okoho and benesit soups are eaten with roast yam or plantain. The 19 northern state cuisine were not left out at the cultural event. These include kuka and tuwo shinkafa, gote, kidney bean porridge, among others.
Yummy, yummy cuisine. All right, still talking about culture. Decades ago, Africa and Nigeria in particular regarded storytelling as a cultural norm, which groomed children to love and have respect for cultural values. In this 21st century, little wonder what happened to this value orientation as storytelling appears to be going extinct. Deborah Gaza-Jimaika in our next report examines the ancient tradition of changing narrative through the power of storytelling.
Dun, 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 dun. You know, and I grew up with that, and we can't lose sight of it. We have to bring our stories back.
One of the powerful oral tools of passing traditions and morals with an adult always at the center is storytelling and listening to folk tales that do not only carry weight but teach insightful lessons that leave children in awe. Lessons on sharing, love, tolerance, obedience were commonly passed to children through stories, especially under the full moon in the past. But now what has happened?
So there's social media. Everybody feels like, oh, it has come to spoil the world. The truth is, people need to realize that it is a platform that amplifies. Now, if we have more good people who are using the platform to amplify, guess what? The world will. Storytelling is Africa's superpower.
You know all those tortoises, small tortoises and all of that, but all of those things shaped the narrative of who I am today.
Jemima Angulu, a director of arts and culture, says moments that are undeletable in her life is watching Tales by Moonlight on the Nigerian Television Authority.
Literally, that cycle of storytelling that someone will come and people will share and they will act it out is still imprinted at the back of my mind, and I use it this day. I'll never forget Tales by Moonlight. And I think the power of a story is really for people to understand that they are not alone, and for people to see themselves in other people, that they may continue. They may use those stories to know that these things happen and I can use it for my advantage.
Respondents advise that storytelling approach that inspire and instill morals in children needs to be revived.
And elsewhere, with the recent security challenges in some parts of the country, what is the disposition of young minds who have witnessed the horrors of such conflicts. National Institute for Culture Orientation, NICO, lends its voice through its annual Children Cultural Fiesta, organized to uphold the role of youth in driving national cohesion amidst diversity.
A blend of aesthetic cultural displays inspirited the 2021 edition of the Children organized by the National Institute for Cultural Orientation with the theme Cultural Diversity and National Cohesion, the Role of the Youth. Schools from several folds in the FCT partook in a number of activities geared towards encouraging youth to embrace the nation's rich cultural heritage.
Cultural diversity furthers the nation's economy. You ask me how? Well, I'll tell you. A proverb says, 2 heads are better than one.
This is a map of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with diverse culture in there to show you that with all of us coming together, we'll make a better Nigeria.
If culture is promoted more in Nigeria, I think there will be more growth and socio-economic development in Nigeria.
The primary mandate of the National Institute for Culture for National Development, as was succinctly captured in the narration of the Executive Secretary of the Institute, Ado Mohammed Yahuza. He further highlighted the pivotal role of the Grand Fiesta in achieving the Institute's mandates.
The youth actually, they are the leaders of tomorrow and they are vehicle for development in any society. And that's why NICO, in its ability to do its mandate, we target the youth because they are the leaders of tomorrow and they are the people that will lead the country in the next generation. So that's why we want them to come up to imbibe their cultures, to imbibe their language so that they will be able to contribute positively to the development of Nigeria.
Debates and essays added flavor to the fiesta with presentation of rewards to deserving students and schools for their display of dexterity.
Beautiful cultural attire there. And now to solemnization of holy matrimony. In every union, the couple has a toast which may be scriptural, but for Mary and Saka, they have described their love as something eternal, which despite challenges may not lose its essence. Deborah Gaza Jamaica, who witnessed the solemnization ceremony of the holy matrimony at Our Lady Queen of Martyrs Catholic Church, takes up the love story from there.
Uniting May of Abuja in the covenant of marriage, the officiating minister, Reverend Father Dogo, urged the couple to give the marriage their best, even as they seal and strengthen their love, exchanging their marital vows. Venue of the reception witnessed the couples entering, changing the atmosphere to dancing.
She gave me so much joy, and I'm happy to have her beside me for the rest of my life.
I'm just happy. I'm just very, very happy. I'm just short of words, Sha. I'm just really happy.
The wedding, which was quite a bridge-building relationship between the European people, watched the couple match their words with action.
Imagine giving birth to a child, losing his father at 1 year, when the child was just 1 year. And God helped me to this level. It's just His grace and mercy that has always been speaking for me. So I have nothing to give to God other than thanksgiving.
Step towards responsibility, and I'm very happy for today. It gives me great joy that this union is taking place.
Next time we'll come and celebrate them with plenty children, plenty money and plenty prosperity. I just want to wish them a fruitful marriage life.
Wishes for them is long life, prosperity. They should be patient with each other, understand themselves, start up together and grow together.
Guests in their wishes told the couple that the union of man and woman remains a mystery that symbolizes the marriage between Christ and His church.
Aka is like a son to me. I'm happy that today is the day he and Mary have chosen to be united as one. We pray that God will bless their union, God will keep them and bless them richly.
We have to support, we have to stay by them,
And the least we could do is to be here today to celebrate Saka and Mary, who is an addition to our family of NTA. I wish them the very best of luck.
They should be patient with one another, endure and love each other.
As it is a tradition with most marriages, the traditional ritual earlier took place in the bride's home.
Congratulations to Saka and Mary there. All right, for the events of the past week, let's join Aisha Ubali.
Thank you, Nalin. It has been an eventful week, and in the week under review, the federal government declared 19th October as public holiday to mark the Eid al-Mawlud celebration. Still in the week, the president reassured Nigerians of completion of critical projects in his second term of administration. The president gave the assurance at the opening of a two-day ministerial performance review retreat in Abuja.
These steps have helped to identify and strengthen weak areas, close gaps, as well as build cohesion and synergy in governance to manage the economy and improve the delivery of public goods and services to Nigeria.
The week witnessed the celebration of the Girl Child. The International Day of the Girl Child was a global celebration aimed at highlighting issues relating to girl child and how to address challenges confronting the girl child.
This is the generation that will lead us to better practice, equality, and justice. Now, more than ever, in the face of a global pandemic, we see the impact on girls, their lack of access to education, security, safety, healthcare.
As part of measures to ensure safety on the road, the Federal Road Safety Corps in the week under review flagged off its Ember Month campaign. The campaign generally is to caution motorists and road users on the dangers associated with reckless driving and disobeying traffic signs.
To see how a task force can be put in place to create the decorum we want on this road, because people die on a daily basis. We are not resting on our hours. That's why we have to flag up this program to herald our preparedness to raise the bar.
Meanwhile, the wife of the Kebbi Gudu during the week visited the Abuja University Teaching Hospital in support for cancer patients. The First Lady made cash and food donations to the patients.
As we all know, the pandemic stopped a lot of things getting back into place. There is a federal government fund, the Cancer Health Fund, to the tune of 730 million naira that has started operating in the 2020 budget. So 6 teaching hospitals were earmarked. This Abuja University Teaching Hospital is not one of them. But we know as cancer advocates the work they are doing and how of the few teaching hospitals, in fact I think it's the only one in Nigeria that was able to give cancer treatments during the COVID-19 lockdown.
The Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, has adopted modified means of registering the physically challenged, which is part of its inclusive policy in order not to disenfranchise any group. The event took place at the Kwali INEC office.
We are still assuring every person with any disability that if it comes to our notice, no matter where he is, no matter which area council, we'll be able to ensure that we have to devise means and use the right machinery where they could be captured.
Also, part of measures to keep FCT residents safe from miscreants, as well as keeping the city clean, the FCT Ministerial Task Team on City Sanitation carried out demolition exercise at Dusi and Kubo Access. The team said the structures demolished contravene the Abuja master plan.
The popular Sokale roundabout, notoriously known for heavy traffic gridlock. All this property you are seeing here, nobody owns any particular paper, but they have over the years built heavily, conscripted the road, and turned all here to a very notorious market. So we come here to actually clear all of this alignment here and remove all of these properties that breach the Abuja master plan.
That's all from the event of the past week. Up next is sports.
Yes, sports news is up next.
The second phase of the 2021 National Division 1 Volleyball League will be staged at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja. After the end of the first phase, Kadar Kings are topping the log with a total of 21 points. The top 4 in the men's category will be promoted to next season's Nigeria Volleyball Premier League. Meanwhile, it was a good start for coach Finidi George as his Eyimba side recorded a 1-0 victory over the Ambars FC of Senegal in the first leg of CAF Confederation's second preliminary rounds. Eyimba were below their usual standards, but they managed to grind out a win thanks to a late penalty from Cyril Olisema. Elsewhere, Leicester City boss Brendan Rodgers has hailed Kelechi Iheanacho and his teammates for excellent performance against Manchester United in their first Premier League game after the international break. The 25-year-old Nigerian contributed an assist to help the Foxes beat Manchester United 4-2 at the King Power Stadium. This sports brief, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
And that concludes Sunday Magazine on the Unity Station. Thank you for being part of it. We really appreciate you. Do remember that the Delta variant of COVID-19 is more deadly. Please adhere strictly to safety protocols. I am Nolene Ebel Ane. See you next week, Sunday.